Today's story is chapter 18. Abuse that is not accepted. Shakyamuni and the heretic. One day, a young heretic approached Shakyamuni and began to heap abuse on him. Shakyamuni listened silently, and when the heretic had finished, asked gently, "Do you sometimes invite your relatives over to your home on festival days and entertain them?" "Of course I do." "What if they didn't eat the food you served them? What would you do with them?" "Nothing. The food would just be left over." "You gave him much abuse just now, but if I decline to accept it, who will it be? Whose will it be?" "Even if you decline to accept it, it is still yours since I gave it to you." "No, for if I do not accept it, you have given me nothing at all." "Well then, explain what it means to accept or not accept." Accepting what is offered means yelling back at someone who yells at you, returning anger for anger, hitting back when someone hits you, or fighting back when someone picks a fight. If you remain indifferent, then you have not accepted anything. "Do you mean that you never lose your temper, no matter how you are abused?" Solemnly, Shakyamuni replied with a verse. "The wise man knows no anger. Though storms may rage against him, his mind is placid and calm. Answering anger with anger is for fools alone to do." "I was a fool. Please forgive me." The young heretic prostrated himself in tears before Shakyamuni and swore to follow him. This is a very touching story. In a sense, only Buddha can react in that way. Human nature is to react to somebody else's anger or abuse. It's really difficult or next to impossible to stay indifferent because we have blind passions. We always get triggered. This is almost automatic. Of course, on our spiritual journey, we are encouraged to follow Buddha's footsteps and try to make effort to imitate him. And then we will find out it's really, really difficult. Of course, without trying to make effort in that direction, we won't have that awareness at all. I think in this story, Buddha was able to behave that way because he had profound wisdom. And wisdom means the faculty to foresee the future. For future means not tomorrow or 1 week ahead, but many years ahead or even decades or hundreds years ahead. That's Buddha's wisdom. It's unbelievable from human standpoint, but Buddha's perspective is completely different. That's why I think he knew that this heretic young man will change his mind in this way. At the bottom line, the young heretic prostrated himself in tears before Shakyamuni. I was really surprised by this conclusion. It's really unthinkable a person will change his mind such a short period of time, just having a brief conversation. But it's, in a sense, it's possible because It was not human being, but Buddha. So there are a lot of messages between the lines which we don't read. Only the person in front of the Buddha and exchange words with Buddha is able to feel it, and maybe he was awestruck. And that's the great benefit to live in the same era with Buddha, which we don't have that benefit. So it's one of the 8 hindrances for people, that when people want to aim for enlightenment. For those people who lived contemporary with Buddha had this great benefit. So this young man completely changed his attitude. It will never happen to us, I think, unfortunately. We need a lot of patience to convince somebody or persuade somebody. It's really, really difficult. So we need a lot of patience, especially when we want to share Dharma, when we want to help other people. Even though other people are suffering and we want to help them, it takes a long time to guide those people. But for those people who understand true happiness, can guide other people to true happiness. And this is true compassion. Just giving temporary solace is not true compassion. That's human compassion, and it's important. Human compassion is, of course, important, but what truly saves other people is pure and compassion. Yeah, we need to aim high to convey such compassion. Okay, that's I think what we can learn from today's story.